Hi folks, I've just decided on this, it's a standard time for pheasant tail nymph. The difference is I'm going to tie it on a balanced hook that I spoke about before, the ballerina, the balanced hook ballerina. And this light keeps going off and I don't know why. Anyway, I'll try and keep it on. It's a light to give you a better view of the tying. Anyway, I've got a jig hook. I've got an esoteric size 10 jig hook, and I've got the balanced bead on it, the tungsten bead, as I've showed you before on the internet, exactly how to balance up there, to use these balance rigs or these balance hooks. Now, in the tail, I've tied in some pheasant tail fibres for the cock pheasant tail in at the tail, and I'm putting in a piece of dark copper wire I'm going to use for rib. Just run it in, and that's it. Now on there, you obviously need the pheasant tail, so we need to peel a bit of pheasant tail off. Just to get these pheasant tail off. I think that should be thick enough. I don't want it too thick. I don't want the body too thick. So I just offer it up with the points down. And tie it back to the back of the fly. And then grip it forward. Now you want the pheasant tail to come just behind the jig hook eye. So put the pheasant tail on. That slipped a wee bit there. Just let me get a bit back in. It always happens, I tied the last one with no problem. But such is life. Get that out of the way. Just get one more turn, that's all I'm needing. One more turn. And I just can't get a grip yet. That's it. And tie it off. Just behind the jig hook eye. Get this bit here that I've tied in. Trim it off. A wee bit pheasant tail been left at the bottom here. We don't want that there, so I'll take it off. And then just take that and tie it in. Make sure it's secure. You don't want it all rippling out. Everything's moving about here. This vice is moving. This thing's clanging against things. I'm picking sick of it all. The noise. It's a Petagine clip that I've got on the thing. I'm videoing. It's alright, just leave it. It's alright. That was the wife there just having a wee look to see who I was talking to. Anyway, let's run the copper wire up now. Nice turns. You see, it's a deep red copper wire, that. It's a chap that does them. He strips different cables and sells them in job lots, wee cardboard pieces with copper wire on them. I've got hundreds of all different gauges and colours and sizes. It's brilliant. And it doesn't take a lot of money for it. He's on the internet if you fancy ever having a look at his stuff. I don't know his name. I've got him down as a favourite seller, but I can't tell you offhand. Anyway, get this copper wire up to the top. I'm having a light do the day. And tie it off. Right. And then I like to cut them off, especially this copper wire. It's quite hard to break. Now on the neck, you normally have a thorax cover on these things, but I'm not going to put a thorax cover on it. I'm going to put a peacock herald head on it when I can find my peacock herald wherever I went to. I need to find them first. Right, finally found one. I've got a box for somewhere. Well, they're sitting in front of me. Can you see them? Anyway, I'm going to put 2 peacock heralds in at the back of the bead. Just trim off the whites for the stem and tie them in at the back of the bead. Right, and then you want to build up the head. That should be enough. And tie it off. Now the last thing we want to do is get a set of legs for it. Now you can put a thorax underneath it, but I don't feel as there's any need to have a thorax on there. I don't think it's here nor there. I think it's just for look. I wouldn't say it's show, it's just for the look that it gives the fly. But here, I'm going to put some side legs on it. Get them into the position you want them in, and the size you want them at. Tie it off and trim it down because you want to put another set to the other side. As you know before, all my flies are pretty easy to tie. I'm not hard about them because I'm not the best. I'm no David McPhail or Barry or Clark. I'm just an ordinary guy trying to catch trout, and I enjoy catching trout with my own flies, and that's just enough for me, I think. Just trim it off. That's it. And get your work finished too. And a work finish off. Now that fly, I'll show you the way it will swim because it's balanced. When the nylon goes through the eye of the hook, the fly will swim this way in the water. You can see its wee legs sticking out there, and it'll swim horizontal this way in the water instead of that way with the bead up. It'll swim horizontal, and when you're retrieving it slowly it swims horizontal, and I think it does make a difference at some point to catching, because I've been fishing with pheasant tail nymphs before and it's just went off, and I'll switch to one of these, and not particularly in the pheasant tail nymph pattern, but with a different pattern, swimming horizontal, and I got a lot of texture. Anyway, that's another one, and I hope you enjoyed it. And again, thanks for watching, and tight lines.